Hey y'all, wait. Hey y'all, I just finished some commissions, and my life is a little slow. It's been a little slow for the past year, but we trying to speed it up a little bit, if you know what I mean. So, I'm finna take y'all on this little vlog-ish type of time. We gonna see what I do, and I'm gonna show you a little bit more about myself. And I'm going to show y'all what I'm finna work on to, post to sell. Because I got some products I want to sell soon. So, stay tuned, little hoe. So, as a lot of you all may know that probably know me a little bit more personally through my Instagram, I just got out the hospital. And I've been, oh fuck, bitch, stay up, little hoe. Oh shit, y'all. This little hoe wanna come down so bad. I'll just hold this bitch. Okay, so, as y'all know, I just got out of the hospital. I've been a little timid to shy to just kind of share what's going on with my health, just because it's very personal. And I mean, I was still trying to figure it out myself. I was still trying to figure out what was going on per se, and the doctors too. So it's just like, but I like giving y'all every little update on my health. Now, I can see if I was dying or something, y'all could get updates then, but like I wasn't dying or nothing. I was just trying to figure out what was going on with my health and trying to just rest. So I just wasn't really in the mood to just be telling everybody my medical business like that. But I'm gonna share it with y'all today. So from all the tests and the assessments from a neurologist, apparently I had a stroke, a mini stroke. Now, I don't know exactly when the stroke may have occurred. It may have occurred before I ended up going to the emergency room, just because I was experiencing the symptoms before I went into the emergency room. So, from what I think is that I experienced a stroke beforehand. Now I'm finna tell y'all a few of the symptoms. Sorry, I got a little thingy on my phone. But I'm gonna tell y'all some of the symptoms I was going through, so that y'all can, if anybody y'all know, or if y'all are experiencing these symptoms, like, do not take this lightly. Go to the ER immediately. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Go to the ER. So I just want to start my whole basis. So I want y'all to let y'all know, like, my whole basis of thinking, my context for how I think when it comes to stroke. So I remember my junior year in high school, our teacher, Miss, what is that lady name? I cannot remember at this time, but if I remember, I'll insert it. But we watched a movie called 1,000 to 1. Either 1,001 or 1,000 to 1. Where basically this guy, he was in high school and he ended up basically having a stroke. He played basketball. He had 1,000 points that year before, a semester before, whatever. And then his last season after the stroke, after he's been trying to recover and all this and that, he ended up shooting like 1 point. I think it was like maybe like the semifinal or something like that, where he ended up shooting the 1 point for the game. I don't know if it was the winning shot or whatever. But we saw like the effects of his stroke and like some of the symptoms he was experiencing before the stroke and all this and that. And so that's what even put stroke on my mind. Really, for real, because we always hear the term stroke, but do we really know what a stroke is? But yeah, but let me tell you what a stroke is actually. So from my understanding, a stroke is basically like it can occur from like blood flow not going to your brain. So you may have like a blood clot, or like a blood vessel may have burst, or internal bleeding in that cranial brain area that can cause a stroke basically. Some of the symptoms I was experiencing were, one, I was on the phone with my friend. We were on FaceTime and on call or whatever. This was November the 15th. It was last Thursday. And I was noticing that I was having a lot of trouble finding my words to like trying to communicate. And I was also having a little bit of trouble like comprehending what she was saying. Like I was understanding what she was saying, but it was taking me a little bit longer to comprehend per se. Like I was asking her to repeat herself a lot and stuff like that. Yeah, and it felt a little out of the ordinary, but from my perspective, you know, I also have ADD, ADHD. I have the combination type. So I was figuring like maybe it's just the ADHD, you know, showing its ass, you know, like it does. But this was a little bit more than normal. Like it was a little weird how I was having such trouble finding words. But anyway, the next day, which was the 17th, which was I ended up going to the hospital this night. So this day, let me backtrack actually. I missed the whole day. So the talking on the phone with my friend was the 16th. On the 15th, the day before that, the day I first mentioned, I had a bad headache, like a migraine type headache. And so I took an Excedrin, ate some food because I had not eaten that day and went to bed thinking it was because I didn't eat while I had the headache. And so I went to bed, and then the next day is when I was on the phone with my friend and we had our conversation and we were talking on the phone. Now that night is when I went to the ER. And I think my photo shoot that I just did, I don't know if I did that on the 15th or the 16th. I have to check. Or I may have did it on the 14th or 13th actually. That's irrelevant. But that next day on the 17th, I had went to therapy. When I was in therapy trying to talk to my therapist, I was noticing that trouble trying to talk again, like the trouble trying to find my words and stuff and trying to like figure out what I really want to say. Like it was taking me a lot longer to like talk, and like I couldn't, some words I just could not find, and I would just have to be like, you know what I mean, like type stuff. Yeah, I was noticing that a lot in therapy, which was really odd because I was on my ADHD medication. It should have been fully in effect at that point, so I didn't know what the fuck was going on, you know? So I finally get home and I was eating. I had got some Wingstop, and I was trying to bite down on the fries, and when I tried to bite down, like my lip was like kind of curling, like this the side that was affected. So it was like kind of twisting a little, like my lips was acting weird when I was biting the food, and I was like, what the fuck's going on? Like, am I hungry? You know, like when you're hungry, your body starts doing weird stuff, like, you know, salivating and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, maybe I'm just so hungry that my mouth's sitting here twisting like this. But it kind of kept twisting. I was like, this is weird as fuck. But I kind of played it off just like I did the headache and just like I did the other stuff. So I just kept it pushing. So, hold on. At McDonald's, I know I just had a stroke and I shouldn't be eating it, but here we are, some. Hey, how you doing? I like that sweater.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It was a Christmas present about 2 years ago.
Wow, it's cute. Yes, please.
You enjoy your day.
You too. Thank you. Thank you. You too. Oh my fucking goodness.
You done lost your motherfucking mind.
I'm supposed to be boycotting McDonald's, bitch. Oh my god. And this is not me being performative, not one bit. But damn. It was only $6. Shit. that convenience is a motherfucker. But I feel, I hate that I just did that. Moment of silence for me, accidentally getting McDonald's while I was trying to boycott them. Okay, so, what was I saying? So yeah, my lips was curling while I was trying to eat, and that shit was weird. And I just kind of chopped it up to the game. And so then later that evening, I had got this little margarita thing from Walmart, and I was drinking on that. And I don't drink alcohol that often, so I was drunk off of one. It had 12.5% alcohol. And although I was drunk, I just kind of felt off. And so before I went to bed, I was just kind of staring at myself in the mirror. It's like, you know, when you instinctually, intuitively, you just know to do certain stuff. I was just staring at myself in the mirror. Not something that I've never done before, but I was just staring at myself in the mirror, just checking myself out, because something felt weird. Like, something was off. So I was raising my eyebrows. I was just doing different stuff, smiling. And then when I smiled, I noticed one of my dimples was deeper than the other one. And it was the right dimple that wasn't as deep as the left dimple. Keep in mind for this whole thing that the left side was the one that ended up being affected by the stroke. So, and I raised my eyebrows. One was higher than the other one. And I was just doing different stuff like that. And then it started to click. My gears started to move and click clack and get some oil on them and get a heart and do all that shit. So I looked up, my mind instantly said, look up stroke symptoms. And it's really weird, and it's kind of spiritual in a sense, because not even since that movie, but like some years after that movie, that was back in high school. That's been like maybe 5-6 years ago that I watched it. But like the idea of a stroke and like different stuff have been on my mind, like not constantly, but it's just like it's like I've always made a note to remember certain stuff about those particular things for some reason. But just so happened I feel like intuitively I knew something was going to happen with my health sooner or later. I didn't think it was going to be a stroke, but something just, you know. And I had had the inklings to do different stuff, to like make healthier decisions with certain stuff, and I've been being very slow about it. Of course, I have to be a lot faster now that I've had something actually happen. But yeah, but anyway, so I was like, I looked at the stroke symptoms and I was having all of those symptoms. Well, at least a good 3 out of 5 or 4 out of 5. I was like, yeah, this is something serious, especially with the mouth thing. That's something that I've never experienced ever in my life. Ever. That's why it was so weird. I've never experienced anything like that. So with that being on that list, one of the main things and stuff, I was like, yeah, we need to go. I need to go to the ER. I need to go get seen or something. I do not feel comfortable trying to go to bed knowing that I'm experiencing these symptoms that are correlating exactly with a stroke. So, and in my mind, I'm thinking like the stroke is like possibly progressively getting worse because I had experienced a headache. Then I experienced the trouble talking, and now I'm experiencing this mouth thing. I was thinking it was going to get progressively worse. So I was like, I need to go to the ER immediately, and that's what Google also says. Go to the ER, call 911, seek help immediately. So that's what I did. Now I tried to go to like a little health clinic. We had one in the area that used to be 24 hours, and I'm so glad I didn't go there first if they were open. So I ended up going to a hospital, which was like 35 minutes out of my hometown. And my little sister came with me. I ended up getting in the ER. They got me back pretty quick, but a little note before I even got back there, I had posted some exclusive pictures from my shoe on TikTok. Just because I feel like TikTok really like kind of shows up for me a lot more than Instagram sometimes, mostly because the TikTok algorithm is different than the Instagram algorithm. So a lot more like new people and stuff see my content most of the time. So I tend to get more and more consistent engagement on there. So I just posted them some exclusive content. I mean, I had 61 pictures from the shoot. All of them were pretty decent and ready to post and edited. So I was like, why not? So I kind of casually check my TikTok while I'm in the ER, and I got 99 plus notifications. I never had that many notifications. I'm like low-key blowing up a little bit, but I was like, let me calm down, let me close out the app, let me let it marinate, let me let it cook, so I was letting it cook, whatever. So I finally get to an ER room, and then they're like checking me out, doing blood pressure, putting an IV in me, all this stuff, asking me my symptoms. And it was a bunch of white guys, and they were seeing me. They were nice, don't get me wrong, they were very nice. But you know, sometimes you feel like someone's trying to almost invalidate your experience. They were taking me serious, but a part of me just felt like they were like feeling like I was just fucking with them, because I wasn't experiencing extreme stroke symptoms where I'm like having a seizure, and that's what I felt like. Part of me felt like they were kind of waiting on it to happen, because it wasn't, you know, so apparent to them. Like even the guy, I mean, I guess they were just doing their job, and maybe I just took it the wrong way. But like even one of them, like he kept trying to ask me questions, but it was like he was asking questions to try to make it seem like it wasn't what it was. So like he put a thingy up, he did the little test with the checking the strength in both arms, but the thing about the strength and all of that, it was mostly affected in my face for the most part. So it's like most of them other tests wasn't gonna really show up as much, and it was hard for me to show, like when I do an action, that's when my mouth does this thing, you know what I mean? And I guess he maybe kind of saw it. So then I was trying to explain to him about my dimples, and he was like, looks pretty symmetrical to me. And that shit pissed me off. Why would you tell me my shit looks symmetrical? That don't got nothing to do with a stroke. Like people can have an extreme stroke and it may not affect that muscle at all. Like that was very ignorant for him to say. And so he was like, looks pretty symmetrical to me. And I'm just sitting there looking at him like, okay, it looks symmetrical. That don't mean that did nothing happen. So they take some blood from me, getting blood work done. I get a CT scan. Mind you, I'm looking this shit up. So while the blood work, while they take the blood, me and my sister wondering what's taking so long. Mind you, we went up here 2 a.m, so we wondering like what's taking so long, like for them to figure out what's going on or what's finna happen. And so I looked it up, and apparently blood work takes like an hour, 2 to 3 hours to, you know, get results and all that. So I was like, I was explaining to her that's what's happening. So maybe like 4 or 5, you know, they take me, before then I looked up what they procedure, and I knew that they were going to do a CT scan. They ended up doing a CT scan. They put iodine in me, and that iodine, I felt like I was turning into a superhero, because it makes your body warm all over and stuff. And they explained that to me, and when he explained it to me, it had me scared, because I was like, what the fuck is this shit about to do to me? And is it gonna fuck me up? But it didn't fuck me up. And so I did the CT scan, came back in the room. I'm sitting in there hours. Mind you, I'm laying on this bed, my sister's sitting in this chair that barely has any cushion in it, and we sitting in here for hours and hours in this little room, no TV. I don't have, let me go on and finish this, so don't mind my crusty eyes. I've been trying to do stuff this morning. I haven't had time to do my self-care, or morning routine, or whatever y'all want to call it. But yeah, they didn't have no pillow or blanket or nothing, and we just sitting there. And then I guess they changed shifts, and then for the morning shift or whatever, and then this other nurse ended up coming in, and she was so much nicer. She was like, oh, they didn't give you a pillow, oh, they didn't give you a blanket. Man, that's all I can sum it up as to, is men. And they weren't caring enough for somebody to be in the ER. And that was part of the reason why I felt like they didn't believe me, because they just wasn't that helpful. They just was doing their job. And so, so she offers me a pillow. She brings me a warm blanket. She shows me the little remote that's attached to the bed to control the TV and shit. I didn't even know that shit was there this whole time. Me and my sister are standing here since 2 in the morning to 7 a.m. or 5, 6, 7 a.m. And we didn't know none of this shit. And that shit is like the more it was the smallest stuff, but like they didn't offer us water, they didn't ask us if we need anything, they didn't do none of that. And I felt like that was really rude. But from my overall experience was pretty decent, so I'm not gonna let that, whatever. So then apparently she's telling me, yeah, they're about to admit you, I'm on the phone with my mom. She's like, oh, they're about to admit you, do I need to come down there, I got an attitude with her. I'm like, no, what you need to come down here for? They just need to, the neurologist just need to send me there, admitting me. Like, what? I didn't know that admitting to the hospital means like you're about to get a hospital room, you're about to be in a hospital bed, you're admitted into the hospital. I didn't know what the fuck, I didn't know that's what the fuck that meant. I just thought I was going up to see like a doctor, like a regular doctor, like a little doctor's visit, like the neurologist is on upstairs at whatever floor, and I'm going to see them there, and then I'm going to go home. I didn't know I was going to have a hospital bed and a room and all this shit. So I'm admitted. They brought me up there in a goddamn wheelchair, and me and my sister be laughing and shit because we just so lethargic and shit because we been up, and we was so miserable in that room. And we finally get to the room, and then yeah, so I ended up seeing the neurologist that day. My mom ended up coming and stuff. Mind you, I still have only my clothes that I had on that previous day that I wore all day. And so they ended up having to keep me overnight because before I had an MRI done and some more tests and stuff. And so the doctor ended up leaving for the day before he could, look at my MRI and tell me any results or whatever. So I had to stay overnight. And so they left me up there by myself. And I had to get a little hospital kit, and then that's where you get all these pictures and stuff. I was texting some boys. I was talking to my friend. And it was a hospital night. That's all I'm gonna sum it up to. Hospital food was decent, actually. It was pretty decent. That's all I'm saying. It's pretty decent. So then we finally get to the next day. They take about 15 vials of blood from me, from my left arm. I have the IV in the right. It's been in there this whole time. It still kind of hurts. And so, and I'm kind of really skipping through this hospital visit because I really could go into detail, but there's no need. But basically, I ended up seeing the doctor, and he already had a feeling that I had a stroke the previous day. So then he did the little arms test and the legs test. My left leg was a little weaker than the right, and the strength, he could tell the strength difference. And then the face thing, like I can't swish water and stuff around. Ooh, my hands are ashy. I can't swish like mouthwash and stuff really good because this side is like, and then this side is like, it kind of comes out. I have a little trouble eating now and stuff, but nonetheless. He basically was like, you basically had a mini stroke. And basically my ADHD medication, because it's like not a methamphetamine, but it's like something to do with meth, something, whatever name it is, because it has that, and because of my HIV status, I am more likely to have a stroke. Just by having HIV alone, I'm more likely to have a stroke. And then with that particular medication, it makes you more likely to have a stroke, So he was saying, like, you need to stop taking that medication, which that was the overall thing that upset me the most, because that medication has been helping me a lot these last few months. I don't know anybody I talk to more personally, or even if you see it on my Instagram story, y'all see me like kind of talk about my medicine and stuff and how much it has helped me. It has helped me get to this place where I can organize my life a lot better and do stuff better, just better and easier. And it's a lot more stressful on my mind, and my whole life is just a lot easier with the medication. So for him to tell me to like basically stop taking medication because it might have caused a stroke, it really upset me. But then I had to also have that understanding that even though it might have caused a stroke, and if it did and you keep taking it, it could cause a bigger stroke. So basically, I just need to see my psychologist, see if we can change that medication, or if I'm going to continue ADHD treatment at all, and how that's going to look for me. And I also need to, get my blood assessed and this, that, the other. But yeah, when they was doing all them tests on me in the hospital, like the CT, the MRI, they did like an end endogram whatever of my head. Like she's putting like this cool substance on there that's like sticky. I got a what's the thing they do for babies with the little stick thing with the gel on it? I got one of those for my heart before I left. They took some pictures and stuff. It felt like a spot, even though it was like extensive testing. I felt I didn't have to move. Like they rolled me everywhere. I felt like a king-ish because some of the blankets was a little bit Hey. Let's not get into the cringe over there. But I ended up getting discharged yesterday. Yeah, I got discharged yesterday. I think yesterday. Or the day before. Anyway, we here now. And I'm finna show y'all some stuff I'm working on after I eat. And yeah, hopefully I can get this video by today. Stay tuned. See y'all soon. Hey y'all, so I just got done eating. And I know I looked a little bit unserious when I was like kind of jokingly talking about McDonald's and how I'm trying to boycott and that I ended up getting it. I really am seriously trying to boycott McDonald's, and I am serious about what's going on in Palestine. I still need to do more research on the Congo and wherever else that stuff is going on. But I just want to take a second to let y'all know why I am boycotting McDonald's. I'm boycotting McDonald's because McDonald's basically supported Israel in its fight against Palestine. It supported Israeli troops by giving them meals and food and stuff, you know, as they were, you know, doing whatever they were doing to Palestine. And I also did some more research. And I also learned that McDonald's, whenever they're in a little heat, you know what they do? They send some money over. So like the Israeli McDonald's franchise, or I mean not Israeli, like surrounding McDonald's franchises, they wanted to like let it be known that they're not included in it. So they tried to just throw some money at the situation to Palestine. Anyway. But I am indeed boycotting McDonald's, even though I just slipped up and made a mistake of eating it just then, just because McDonald's isn't something that I eat all the time. But like sometimes when it comes to breakfast and stuff, I eat it. And it's so early in the morning. And again, I do have ADHD, so I be forgetting stuff. Like that, I didn't forget. I literally remember the boycott soon as I got my food and I realized I was at McDonald's. I was like, yeah. But of course I wasn't going to throw the food away, because what I like throwing food away that I just paid for. Do your research. Israel is inhabiting Palestine. It has no place in Palestine. They're doing some wicked stuff over there. So, yeah. So, as a lot of y'all know, I'm working on these cocktail shirts that I want to have up for sale by this month. So this is the colorway I'm working on. This is going to be the top area, and this is going to be the two shirts that I'm going to be using to, like, you know, make the 3 shirts to make the cocktail shirt, basically. And so on the back of it, I want to do like a little yin yang on this one. And so I had this material that I ended up getting for a commission. I had some more left over. I want to use that for one side. For the other big side of the yin yang, I want to use this bleach denim. I already had this denim, but I also used this bleach denim that I bleached specifically for a commission. I still have some more left over that I want to use for the other side. And then for the little yin yang circles that's in it, I'm not going to use the complementaries of each other to be able to do that. I have this bleach corduroy material that I just used on that piece that I took pictures in, and then either this material or this material for the other little circle. And then for the front, going down the front seam, I have this trim that I ended up getting from Walmart. So yeah, I'm gonna show y'all how it turned out, and then after I do that, after I finish this one shirt, I'm gonna edit this video And then I'm gonna have this up for y'all so y'all can watch it, because I haven't posted about 2-3 weeks. So let's get to work. So as y'all know, I can't take my ADHD medicine because it possibly caused a stroke. So we're gonna be getting a little bit more of unhinged Krista in the next few weeks, or however long it takes for me to see the doctor to get new treatment or whatever. But like I said, I'm going to show y'all what I'm working on in just a second, so stay tuned. Let's war. I'm also taking my medicine for today. I am well enough for the day, so don't judge me. I won't judge you. Just don't judge me first, cause it can get ugly if you fuck with me. So please don't judge me, and I won't judge you, cause it can get ugly. And whatever he said. Oh. Come here, L'Oreal, let me eat ya.
Come here, Carol, let me eat ya.
Oh, who was it? Who that girl was? Come here, Clementine, let me eat ya. Fuck it up. Ooh, boy, you never had her. If you let my body talk, I'ma leave you winner. Let the body make you dance, 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 dance. One medicine that I can tell y'all, that I feel comfortable telling y'all that they got me taking. They got me taking an aspirin. Apparently they give stroke victims aspirin, and the coming days and weeks after they leave the hospital. So I'm taking an aspirin every day. I don't know what that does. I don't know what aspirin does, but hey, I've been taking aspirin. So yeah, shout out to aspirin. But I sound like Patrick just sitting here. Wow, it's so good. Yum, yum, yum. Bullshit. That looks like we don't give a shit. Looks like we don't give a shit. As you all know, I'm a person that doesn't take life very serious. I take life seriously, don't get me wrong. But in some instances, I don't take life really serious. But one thing I am serious about is ADHD medication. And hopefully y'all can kind of differentiate when I'm kind of playing a little bit and when I'm being serious. But one thing that I have been struggling with, even though this is the second day without it, is not taking my medication. Like, y'all don't understand, like, how, I'm not saying it makes me a perfect human being, but it makes me feel a lot more normal. It makes me feel a little bit more like neurotypical people. And so without it, I still have a sense of identity, don't get me wrong. It didn't do that much for me, but like yesterday, I felt a little down. My emotions were like up and down, and then I looked it up, and apparently there are withdrawal symptoms from the medication that I was taking. So I am experiencing that, and so I planned on grinding out like 2 shirts yesterday, but I ended up not doing none. I did start the groundwork for this first shirt, and I kind of have a design going, so I'm just going to build off of that for today, and I'm going to just try to take it day by day, because I don't know what it looks like to work consistently and not procrastinate without my medication. And to do that without the medication is really scary for me, because I don't know, it's just really scary. And my energy levels can fluctuate and all this and that. And so I'm finna really try my best to push through. So y'all finna kind of see me work. So yeah, I'm gonna do like a little fast little time lapse with some music. So y'all ain't gonna have to sit through all of it. But yeah, see you soon. First thing that's missing. Can't find my scissors. Let's find the blue scissors. Now I have a pair of black scissors, and blue scissors, but I like to use the different scissors with different instances with different fabrics. So I need to find the blue scissors. Do you all see the blue scissors? Oh, here they go. It's behind the sewing machine. So look, this one ain't take that long. But don't let me lose something else. It could take 5 minutes to 30 minutes. We never know. ADHD.
ADHD. ADHD. But yeah.
You know, one reason why I was a little bit timid to kind of share my medical stuff with y'all is because fat phobia. Every time I'm looking up, you seeing people like, oh, you gonna have a heart attack. You gonna, not saying that they be saying this to me or I'm like the victim of this, but it's like I feel the tension. I feel, you know, everybody needs to be healthier. All of us aren't eating good. Some of us are eating horribly. That's gonna kill us. That's gonna kill them. Those things have an effect on people, and this is one of the effects. You know how embarrassing it is? Well, and like part of me feels like this. You know how embarrassing it is to have a stroke at 22? Y'all know how embarrassing it is? It's embarrassing. Not saying that I'm the first to ever do it, but it's embarrassing. Especially the way people treat people and talk about people that are overweight and that are not living the healthiest lifestyle. It's just like, you know, a lot of us know that some of our habits are unhealthy or that they can be our ultimate demise. But a lot of times when you have certain stuff, when it comes to eating, when it comes to certain things that keep you overweight, it's just like, you don't know my life, you know? And that was the part that always kind of messed with me. Like, people don't know your life. They don't know your happenstances. They don't know your anything to be able to, like, just look at you for 2 seconds, see that you're overweight or see that you're fat, and just judge your whole life based off of that. Judge that you eat McDonald's every single day. Judge that you do all this and that every single day and do this and don't do that. You don't work out. You don't do this. You don't do that. Because if you don't drink water, because if you did, you wouldn't be the way that you are. And you see that a lot from people that have never experienced being overweight, or never felt that the socialization of being fat or overweight and with fat phobia in the air. And it shows in like their empathy towards people or sympathy towards people, because they've never, you know, had to experience to be able to empathize. But their sympathy towards people that do have certain things going on with them. And it just bothers me. And the like performative, like acting like you care about people, all of that stuff combined basically just made me uncomfortable with sharing this kind of stuff, because usually I'm an open book. When it came to this instance in particular, I just wasn't the first thing that I just wanted to scream from the rooftops. I had a stroke at 22, you know. But yeah, let's keep it pushing. Also, I did that big also, so I knew when I started talking in the time lapse. If there are any misconceptions in any of y'all's brains, I want y'all to know, I want to be truthful, that I did sponsor two of my most recent picture posts on my main Instagram, just because I know that the algorithm is not messing with me. Well, I didn't sponsor, but I did an ad on them. And y'all know, I don't get a lot of support a lot of times from, fake followers that like to watch. But the people that do support, let me not ever, y'all, I don't want y'all to ever feel confused with them people when I'm talking about them. Y'all support 10 toes down every single time. Y'all never not show y'all love for me, even when I'm posting something that you might not even enjoy. You still like it because you understand that it means something for me and it means something for the algorithm and for my engagement and stuff. But I did sponsor those two, and they're doing better. I wish they were doing a little bit better. But they're doing better and like getting the type of engagement that I used to get on some of my posts, so that's good. But on that TikTok, that's what I wanted to. I didn't put no ad on that TikTok or anything. It just organically ended up, kind of getting the views it got and the engagement that it got, which I was really happy about. But yeah, let's get back into it. So now I'm about to cut these circles out of these other two materials that I got. And then I'm going to hand sew those onto these, and then hand sew this onto the pieces that I got before I sew the, just construct the rest of the cocktail shirt. I'm just going to do that. And yeah. Fabric scissors. Thread scissors. I just had them. What the... Oh, paper scissors, fabric scissors, thread scissors, paper scissors. No paper, no fabric. You can cut thread with these and also with these, but yeah. This is kind of how that's gonna look. Don't mind my fingers. This is kind of how that's gonna look when it's on sewn on. I'm about to hand sew that. And basically, I don't feel like recording my whole process because I am trying to focus, which is a little bit harder. So I'm just finish the shirt, and then I'm gonna show y'all how it turns out. I'm gonna edit this video and put it up. And just letting y'all know, I have my Doja Cat. I have a Doja Cat little video coming up. If you follow my socials, you've already seen the content, but I'm finna mash it together and make that a video sometime this week. So I'll be looking forward to that. And let's see if I can be consistent for the next few weeks, posting at least once a week. So my guilty pleasure, I ain't going nowhere. Baby, long as you're here, I'll be floating on air, 'cause you're mine, you're mine. Either way, I hope. Turn the lights on. Hey. Ho, ho, ho. Either way, that was a good performance. Before I get too deep into hyper-focusing on work, which I tend to do, I got these teas the other day from this herbal place, and I've been wanting to try them, but I haven't had the chance because I've been in the hospital. So I'm finna show them to y'all really quick. I told the girl at the shop like some stuff I wanted out of the roots or out of the teas, and she recommended these two to me: sarsaparilla and burdock root. So, which one do I want to take today? Let's try this burdock root because I've been hearing a lot of good stuff about that. Now, also to brew it, I also got this little thingy. What is it called? Look at the name of it. A tea ball infuser. So basically, you put the tea in half of it, close it up, and it even has like a little chain where you can wrap it around your mug. So I'm gonna try this, and I learned, so guys, with your teas, don't just throw them out after the first use. You can get like 3-4 good uses out of the tea when you're using like the tea ball, when you're using like loose tea like that. So don't throw your tea away. Remember that. Okay. See you all. Yeah, so also from the store, they also had like sea moss. That was the main reason why I went in there, because I've been wanting to try sea moss for such a long time. So this is the product that they had. Focus on this. I'm gonna just tap it. Like, it's an iPhone, Chris. You can tap it. This is the product I got. And so I know that sea moss can be really salty because it does come from the sea and stuff. Or it just has not a good taste, so I've heard. So it has a flavoring to it. It's perfect punch. And I'm gonna tell y'all something about me. I don't like flavored natural stuff. Like, if I want sea moss, I'm on regular sea moss. I don't want it to be flavored, but all they have is flavored. And I also tried this lemonade that they had. They had like burdock root in it, sea moss, and another herb that comes from the sea. And that aftertaste, it smelled like a dog took a bath in one. But it tasted sweet at first when you first taste it. And then when you actually start drinking it, it has like a little thickness to it and whatever. But to mix with that sea moss, I got some V8 juice. This juice, the V8 juices are really good to me. Turns out a lot of people really don't like them, but they good to me. So I'm gonna mix it with that to get that sea moss in. And the V8 juice, it's juice. I mean, I don't really trust it, but it seems to be healthier than some other options. So I feel like I'm getting a healthy-ish drink overall. So we got a bunch of liquids going in, especially after the McDonald's. So I'm gonna have me a little glass of sea moss, V8 juice, and have my tea on the side. And like I said, I'm gonna see y'all when I finish the shirt, which I don't know how long that's gonna take, but hopefully I want to get at least 2 done today, because as y'all can see, I'm not just doing the basic shirt. I'm actually adding little stuff to the shirt because I want it to look nice. I don't want it to just be basic. I want it to have that epiphany effect to it, that crisp effect, what I can bring to the table. So yeah, but I don't want to do too much because I don't want the price to get too pricey. I want it to be a bit more affordable. So yeah. So I'm gonna do a little taste test for y'all. This is how I end up looking with this and this combined. So let's do a taste test really quick. I'm a little scared, y'all. There's stuff floating around and stuff. Okay. Tastes like Gucci. Just kidding. I've never tasted female sexual / reproductive organs ever in my life, but this is what I imagine it would taste like. Still gay, but it's pretty good. Introducing to the vlog.
My name's Ashley. Today I'm getting my new phone. I'm so excited. Let me give you an OOTD. So I got this shirt on from Target. This is from James Avery, Class Ring. And then my jeans are from American Eagle. Yeah. Yeah. Bye.
A conversation I never thought would occur, but I'm so happy it's happening. I'm looking forward to his content. Y'all, this is the front, and I low-key want to turn this trim around this way. I think I'm gonna do it backwards. But this is the front. This is the shirts I'm using. I bleached this hot spring shirt that I have. I have this shirt that's got a buffalo on. I bleached that as well. I'm gonna put this trim down the middle. So keeping y'all updated. Good. So it's the next day. Y'all wouldn't know that because I have it on the same row, but it is the next day. And my hands are still ashy, but it's the next day. This is how the shirt came out for the most part. I wanted to get this vlog in front of y'all, so I just wanted to really just show y'all how the shirt ended up coming out for the most part. See, that's like, it's like I had this material and I was going to put it right there and paint Epiphany on it, which is like my little brand thing, my brand. And here's the back. Isn't that just beautiful, y'all? And then I put another band-aid back there. It's supposed to be giving like 2000s to the T, like giving Tech Dude, if y'all know them, like Tech Dudes. And I really love it. This is how the trim looked on there and stuff. Only thing I have left to do is finish that sleeve off and then do them side seams on each of the shirts to finish it off. And then I have these little little logo tags that I'm gonna put in the bottom corner, and then that shirt will be done. But I want to edit this video before I work on any more shirts, and so that's kind of the idea that I'm finna go for when I open my Shopify, my website, so people can start shopping stuff that I'm buying. But this is the vibe we're going for. So if you like this, for the next 3 stuff, I have some more categories. They're not gonna all look the same. They're gonna have the same structure, but they're gonna all look different, and they all gonna have a different vibe about them. So, and they all gonna have their own little special stuff, like the band-aid on there. The other one's gonna have other little stuff to like make them unique and make them worth the price. So that was all for this vlog. Don't know when I'm gonna do another one, but I'm glad for y'all tuning in and watching. And yo, see you later.